Hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It's 9:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I just got back from a 6-mile walk. I've been walking for an hour. Walking for an hour and a half. Did a lot of thinking. I'm going to kind of riff here. I'm going to freestyle. There's about 3 to 4 different things I really want to talk about with you guys. Let me know what you think of this format. You know, where sometimes there's not a really big story, and there's like three kind of smaller stories that I really want to talk about. That happens pretty often, and I kind of like doing that, riffing. You know, just getting into it and saying what's on my mind, and that's where we're going. All right. Here we go. I learned a new dirty word. Never heard this word before today, and we're all probably going to be hearing it a lot more over the coming years. A Trumplikin. Yep. First, I just heard it today, and apparently it's been around for a while now. I heard it on CBS Morning News. They were talking to a blonde beehive old lady, Trump supporter from Mar-a-Lago, one of Trump's neighbors, supporters, blonde beehive, Marjorie Thundersquad. I'm sorry, Marjorie something or other. I don't know why the Thundersquad comes to mind. I don't think that was her name though, but Marjorie, let's say Marjorie. She brought this up this morning. Trumplicans, and she said, we're not the GOP. You know, we're not, she was very proud of the fact that they're not affiliated with Republicans. We're Trumplicans. So I Googled it, and it's a thing. It popped back up under like Wikipedia and stuff. I didn't know. So maybe I'm late on the bus. I don't know. But I have a feeling we're all going to be hearing a lot more about this. So, okay, let's think about this. The way I heard Marjorie Thundersquat talk about it, it sounded like they were, these Trumplicans aren't too cool with the Republicans or the GOP or the Democrats. Like they're their own entity. So I was like, well, first thing I thought was that's good because the old GOP, the old Republicans, the Democrats maybe could team up and make sure these Trumplicans, these authoritarians, which is I think another word for Trumplicans, maybe the Dems and Republicans could actually keep them to a smaller minority and hopefully not get elected or become a power to deal with. But then I started to think about it. But what if the Republicans and the Trumplicans teamed up and both didn't like the Democrats? One thing we know for sure, it could be the Trumplicans and Republicans against the Democrats. It could be the Democrats and Republicans against the Trumplicans, but it's never going to be the Democrats and Trumplicans teamed up together against the Republicans. That scenario isn't going to happen. I don't see that happening. All right, check this out. Now, when I say the word Trumplican, I just, like I said, it's a new word. I'm going to say it a lot, and I get this picture in my head from The Wizard of Oz, the Oompa Loompas, the orange-faced Oompa Loompas. We are all the Donnie Trump boys, the Donnie Trump boy. I swear, I don't know why I get a picture. Swear to God, every time I say Trumplican, I get an image of a small person with an orange face. I don't know why I'm making that connection in my head. I'm not even joking around. All right, let's move on now. Let's see. Okay, Trump's 1776 project, man, you want to talk about grinding my gears and ticking me off. Okay, so there was they put out a statement trying to justify their, it's because they want it to be a curriculum. Hopefully this just gets flushed down the drain over the next coming years, I pray. So they try to justify it, because I guess they're trying to compete with the progressive or Democrat version of it, the 1600. I can't remember the year. Anyway, but they in this this report, 1776, the project, they try to rationalize slavery. This is the one part I read. They basically, their reasoning here is, well, the United States shouldn't be picked on for slavery because everybody was doing it. It didn't just come from the world. It was a worldwide. It was a problem. Not, they didn't use the word problem, but it was happening around the world, and it wasn't just an evil in the United States. That's their, why Why not? Everybody else was doing it. That was kind of their reasoning for it. Great. And then they went on to talk about Three-Fifths, the Three-Fifths reasoning. And this is where I really start getting, I start getting brain aneurysms and getting really, I'm going to blow a blood vessel. That slaves were only, or African Americans were only, their votes were only good for 3/5 of a person. 3/5 of a vote. Remember, if you guys watched the Trump supporter I know named Troy, it was back about 2 months ago. This is somebody I went to school with, and he talked about how people with no bank accounts or people in poverty shouldn't have as much of a vote as people with money or businesses. Real people. These are Trump supporters. All right. So yeah, that and the 1776 project talks about they try to rationalize this 3/5 idea, and teach it to the children, and in a way that doesn't make America look bad. It's part of our history, and we did it, and so be it. Now I started to think about Native Americans, and how they pretty much genocide. They wiped out. They pretty much made a whole race extinct almost. And what they did to the Native Americans. And I just stopped reading, to be honest with you, with the 1776 project report, because I didn't want to blow a blood vessel before I even had my morning coffee. So hopefully, as we get into Biden's 4 years, this whole 1776 nonsense gets flushed down the drain. I don't know, though, with these Trumplicans. I don't know. I have to keep an eye on this. One last thing I'd like to talk about, and I feel bad about this, man. All right. Melania puts out a video, and I hate saying this, but I can't stand her voice. I can't stand her accent. She always seems like she seems like she's lecturing other Americans in that Russian, and it sounds like a Russian accent. And I know, as a progressive liberal and a Democrat, I shouldn't be saying, I shouldn't say stuff kind of like this. I don't know. But I swear, man, she just rubs me the wrong way when she gets on there and she starts telling people about you should live like this and not like that. I don't do a good Russian, It's partly Trump's connection to Russia, Trump's whole attitude toward immigration, except for Russia. His hypocrisy with having a wife that he brought in here on the Genius plan or whatever. And yeah, Melania, need I say more about that? It's more like the TNA program is what Donald Trump brought her in on. Oh, let's picture this. So anyway, it's just she comes across as preachy, with the whole, I hate bullies, but it's in that I can't understand. I don't know if it's a Slavic accent, Russian accent, and I really can't understand it. She's in the highest office in the land, in the White House, and she sounds like I said, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle, the evil one. Oh God, I can't stand that woman. And those eyes, the pulled back face and everything, man, I can't stand her. I'll be happy to see her go. I know that's terrible. I'm a terrible person and all that. One last thought. Imagine this. Imagine if Joe Biden was on his third wife, okay? His third wife. And she was a Chinese-born woman. She was born in China. And this was his third wife. And he brought her here on the Genius plan. Imagine that. Or say if it was Obama. Imagine what Trumpers would do. They would have, talk about a brain aneurysm. And I'm not going to miss Melania one bit. I'm so happy with Dr. Joe Biden. Oh my God, it's so good to have intelligence back in the White House again. And I mean intelligence in the brain, not the government. All right, you guys have a good Tuesday. I'll be back later with another video.